Just having a look at TXN, okay, TEXON Petroleum, okay. This is all basically all the data I've got on it. You've got a high up here of 75 and down to a low here of 10 cents. So what we've done is we've drawn a fib set within that range, okay. You can see what the stock has done after it's hit the bottom. It's come back up here and hit the last fib along this level and played along this level sideways. Okay, and then it made a top up again around the next level, came back, retested the old level because old resistance becomes support, okay, and then it's shot straight through the next level up and formed a top on the second level up, okay. After doing that, if we go through a level on the way up, we're going to come through one on the way down, and that's what it's done. It's basically found a base here at this level, it's done a nice kick off, okay, come straight back up, retested the top level again and found that it was still resisting that price, and then has fallen back and done a little bit of a sideways movement through here to retest this level before hiking up 2 levels again, okay. So we went up 2 levels there, okay. And by the look of it, to me, it might just come back down 2 levels or 2 and a bit. Again, this is an Andrews pitchfork, okay? It's failed the midline here, okay? And what we can see back here is when we had 30-day moving average turnover and roll over here, and it's rolling over here, okay? But it is rolling over here on the way up when this was on the way down, okay? So it's not going to be as bad as it was back then, okay, is what I tend to be thinking. And I tend to be thinking it's going to find support at 50 cents, or it's going to find support here at the Andrews, which is around about 47, okay. So I'd be looking at those levels personally myself. As we can see, the 7 and the 14 have turned down, and they're just coming through the 50 now, okay. It'll really get going and scoot down once the 30 goes through the 50, okay? Pretty much when it did back here, it would have been from that level. It fell down to this level. So something to bear in mind. Now, other reasons why it could just bounce straight here is if we just put a little fib set on it. And let's just take it from that run there up to here, okay. It would really need to bounce here around about 52.5, okay, and either go sideways, okay. For the simple reason, what is happening is, I'll just show you on the because this is the daily chart too, by the way. I'll just show you on the indicators on daily chart, which are here, okay. They're coming off, okay, and yes, Scoth is getting a little bit to the oversold level here. Volumes have dropped off as well, okay. This here is a demon, okay. It can come back as low as this here, around the 40s where it's been before. It's had hit a high, okay, well into the 60s and nearly up into the 70s. Okay, definitely coming off. It could bounce off of this line here, so that if it had a trip down to, say, like I was saying there, 52.5, well, even 50, it's all pretty much of muchness of where it's going. That would question that, and basically the 54 line here is a line they usually bounce around, okay. I'm just going to quickly show you the weekly chart so we can get some ideas of what's going on there. The daily chart is starting to get like a little bit on the oversold, but the weekly has definitely made a candle top up here. There's a spinning top, there's a big red, there's an inverted hammer top, okay, there's another what we call in here a hanged man, okay, and another big red, okay. So it's going to come down here and it's going to look around that 52 odd level, I'd say, here at this average here, or come back and try and bounce off the 50 on the weekly chart, or you'd be looking around the Andrews line is what I'd be sort of bearing in mind. Okay, if we do bear in mind on the way up before, this is a range, it's done, it's basically pretty much done that range. If we look at this range here, it's a range it's done on the way down. We look at it again, and if we were to place that range around about there, it's, you know, bringing it back pretty much close to that Andrews. Okay, but it could still be bouncing off that 50. The other thing to look at on the weekly chart is indicators, and weekly chart indicators are turning down. Okay, whether we can get a little bit of divergence here, and for that to hold, it need to turn and bounce now, but I don't think it's going to. Your DEMA here on your weekly is reasonably high. It's been up to 58 as well. You might look to come back to the 54 as well. So yeah, I'd just be bearing that in mind with this stock. But it's had a great little run. Okay, there's no doubt about that. People have made a lot of money out of this, and there's probably a lot of people who bought into this stock at first are grateful at getting their money back, and they're basically taking it at the moment.